first thing that you and your partner should help each other upon is ala ta'ah, obedience of Allah.
The Prophet ﷺ said, "May Allah have mercy on a man who gets up at night and prays and awakens his wife. If she refuses, he should sprinkle water on her face. May Allah have mercy on a woman who gets up at night and prays and awakens her husband. If he refuses, she would sprinkle water on his face."
This hadith shows us the spouses, what they help each other in. The first thing that you and your partner should help each other upon is ala ta'ah, obedience of Allah. Your relationship with Allah comes before your relationship with a human. Then a sister should keep in mind when she's getting married to a brother, or a brother should keep in mind when he's marrying a sister. A person who forsakes the rights of Allah, are they going to fulfill your rights? The two partners, brothers and sisters, the first thing they live with each other on is obedience of Allah. That's the foundation of their marriage. So you set an example as a man to your spouse. Let her see you waking up night. Let her see you praying and fasting daytime. Let her see you be truthful in your statement. And then I promise you, everything she will take from you.
Allah, we're living in a time of fitna. And subhanallah, the man goes outside, even when he looks at the ground, and he has to close his eyes. And what does he see? He sees women who all do what? They're all taking care of themselves. They're taking care of their appearance. They're wearing the nicest clothes, the nicest makeup, the nicest everything. Their hair is done, everything is there. We're not saying she has to change herself to be someone Allah didn't give her. Lekin at least she has to what? Can he make an effort with what Allah has given her for him? Now the women, they dress up to go out. They dress up to go out with their friends. They dress up to go to the weddings. They dress up to go to work. Like for the husband, la shay. For then, he starts looking and he falls into haram, which is his own fault. And then she also ends up in haram. For wallahi, look at the danger of it. Allah has given you something amazing.
The first pillar of a marriage staying intact, it is that this household, the husband and wife, they do spiritual acts together. They do ibadah together. Whether it is that they pray salah together, they give charity together, they seek knowledge together, they recite the Quran together, they do an act of worship together. It helps the marriage stay intact so much. It keeps shaitan out of your house. It brings barakah to your home. It's so important. Because the closer these two individuals are to Allah, the closer they'll be to one another. It's like a triangle. Allah is at the top. The closer they get to Allah, they'll get closer to one another.
The responsibility of a husband to his wife, you can split into two. There are financial responsibilities, and then you have non-financial responsibilities. So the financial responsibilities are that the meher, the spending, and the accommodation. The hadiths say, whoever among you is able to get married, the word able means able to provide these things. Then there are rights, or I should say the responsibilities of the husband that are non-financial, and that starts with living with them in a kind and fair way, treating them in the best way possible, having good akhlaq with them. That's a responsibility upon him. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَعَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, live with them in fairness and kindness. Then you also have fulfilling her desires, and that's the whole point of marriage, isn't it? That you are able to be intimate with each other. And this is also a responsibility of the husband. So these roughly encompass the responsibilities of the husband to the wife. The responsibility of the wife is that she is obedient and respectful to her husband. She has no financial responsibilities. Now, if she contributes, it's sadaqah. And sometimes it is recommended for her to contribute and to help. But what she does have to do is be an obedient, respectful wife to her husband. No Muslim, man or woman, is allowed to obey another in disobedience of Allah. So anything outside of that, she should be respectful, obedient, and serving her husband. These would be the responsibility of the wife. So those are like the bare minimum and the basics. After that, it is living with each other in a way that is righteous and good, and fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as it relates to each other, and trying to be the best wife and the best husband they can possibly be.
How many homes have I seen that have broken, or they are struggling? And then if you ask a simple question as, the husband, do you pray? Sometimes you answer no. The wife, do you pray? No. Then how do you expect your household to be a household of harmony when you have neglected the right of Allah Ta'ala? Harmony is something that Allah brings down. So you seek it from Allah by pleasing Allah. When you please Allah Ta'ala, Allah Ta'ala will grant you that harmony, that peace, and that tranquility, and that love and affection. It will increase it between you and that mercy. From Allah. That's essential. I can't stress it enough.
Responsibilities are handed out by our Creator. Rights are given also by our Creator. So the man has certain responsibilities, and he's not meant to be crying about those responsibilities. He meant to be upholding and fulfilling those responsibilities. As a man, when you marry a woman, you are responsible for her, you have to provide for her. This is your role Allah gave you. You can't say, but it's not fair, why is she not working? You can't say that. Does that make sense? And similarly for the sisters, we live under Allah's law, and we accept that. Sometimes you have a responsibility and sometimes you have a right, and vice versa. And this is coming from a place of divine wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala treats His creation with justice, and He knows what's best for them.
The husband says to his wife, don't pray. The husband says to his wife, don't fast Ramadan. There is no obedience to creation in disobedience to the Creator. But if she has to disobey her husband because he's asking her to do something haram, she should disobey him in the best possible way, i.e. with the best of manners, the kindest of manners, and the best of character, because we said this is part of the ma'ruf, that the husband and the wife are commanded to live together with the best of manners, the best of characters. Also, if the husband asks her to do something which is unreasonable or harmful to her, then she doesn't have to obey him in this, but again, she has to do this according to al-ma'ruf, according to what is good. And this is an area where she should seek consultation from the people of knowledge. There are many different situations. She might feel it's harmful, but the husband might be justified. So it's better that she should ask from the people of knowledge to understand this particular issue.
That before you get married, you're working on yourself. You're trying to get closer to Allah wa ta'ala. The first objective of marriage is a religious one. It's a spiritual one. It is so that your deen becomes stronger, that you become stronger in your faith. You are one who has support on your journey to Allah Azza wa Jal. You have someone who is sharing that journey with you, who complements you on that journey. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ, he told us that when you get married, you're completing half of your religion. But you know, in order for someone to complete that half of the other half of the religion, they must first work on completing the first half. That's what you need to do before you get married. That before you get married, you're working on yourself. You're trying to get closer to Allah wa ta'ala. You're establishing a strong relationship with Allah wa ta'ala. You are one who is devout to Allah. That is what's required from one who is getting married, so that when you get married, you have someone else who is going to bring that other half of that devoutness to Allah Azza wa Jal, to help you on your journey to Allah Jalla fi'ula. What does it mean to be one who completes that first half? It means, in simple terms, I'll make it as simple as possible. It means that you are one who fulfills your obligations to Allah. That which Allah obliged upon you, you do it.
The more you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you are getting married, when you are in the process of getting married, the more barakah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to place in your marriage. Now we are seeing Muslim sisters and brothers are saying, we don't want to get married very quickly because we need to get to know one another. We want to go out with one another, for example. We want to go out and actually go for holiday together. Just imagine a brother and a sister who are not even married, and they are okay to go with one another for a holiday, to travel and actually enjoy themselves in Dubai, or for example Turkey. So they want to know one another, and this is the reality. This is what we are dealing with. Is this Islamically allowed? Is it permissible? No, it is not allowed. It's not permissible. So my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, the more you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as a brother, as a sister, when you are getting married, when you are in the process of getting married, when you are doing the courting, the more you are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more barakah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to place in your marriage. One of the advices that I give to the brothers and the sisters is, do not prolong the courting.
So when he says that, I would prefer for you not to do that, help him in obeying Allah. When the husband, he says to his wife that I would prefer you not to do this, he's doing it because he has your best interest at heart. No husband who loves his wife wants to harm his wife. And I'm talking about a husband who actually cares about his wife. He will never harm her. When he tells her that I would prefer you to do this, I would not want you to do this, etc., it's for her own good. He wants her benefit. He wants to protect her. He's trying to fulfill his duty, because his responsibility is to safeguard her, is to protect her, is to provide for her, is to take care of her. So when his wife is in places that he thinks may not be good for her, may be harmful to her, then now he's not able to perhaps fulfill his duty, his responsibility, that he's going to be questioned about by Allah. Allah is going to question him if his wife goes to a place where that's harmful to her, or is not good to her deen, or not good to her health, or is not good for her safety. And if anything was to happen to her because he let her go there, Allah will question him, and he may be punished for it. So when he says that, I would prefer for you not to do that, help him in obeying Allah. Don't be one who makes it difficult for him in obeying Allah Azza wa Jalla. We're meant to assist each other and aid each other in attaining Jannah.
I was married to my wife for 10 years. We are going up and down. We have problems. Do we have any chance of actually changing and making things for the better? I'll say to you, yes. You need to vision in your head that there is a triangle. This triangle, look, husband, wife is the other side, and top is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The majority of the time, the husband and the wife, if not all the time, they will talk about the gap which is between them. The wife is going to say, he's this, he's that, he's that, he's that. The husband is going to, he's this, he's that, he's that. They will always talk about the gap that they have between themselves. They will never talk about the gap between them and Allah. If you have a triangle like this, Allah is the top and husband and wife are the bottom. The stronger the relationship with Allah gets, the closer the gap that's between them comes smaller. Automatically they will come closer together. So if you want your relationship between you and your wife to improve, every man, including myself, should improve the relationship between me and Allah.